Yeah.
What you going to do, man?
This is another new tune. This is one I wrote a week ago. And that's exciting for me.
Yeah, us too.
I don't really turn
It's like the radio debut, man?
Yeah, this is absolutely the radio debut. This is actually only the third time we've gotten to play it live. So
cool. All right, this is Dafish live on 90.3 The Rock. Let her go.
Once I threw a baseball to the moon. I was 10, it was January, or maybe June. I watched it getting smaller, never saw it hit the ground. And when I told my friends, they nearly laughed me out of town. Oh, yeah. Once I squashed a lover with my thumbs, eclipsed her pretty face till she was gone. When I brought my hand down and placed it in my lap, I looked across the table. She was gone, and that was that. Perspective is a funny thing. My eyes playing tricks on me. I know you love me, but you say you don't. From where I'm standing, you're in love. I know. Remember that time you tripped and kissed my cheek? You were aiming for my lips, but missed, I think. And when I called you up and asked you for a second date, you laughed right in my face. You were laughing with and not at me. But perspective is a funny thing. My eyes playing tricks on me. I know you love me, but you say you don't. From where I'm standing, you're in love. I know.
Very cool. Very cool stuff. Dafish live in studio, again here on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV. I wanted to talk a little bit about your lyrics. They're kind of tongue-in-cheek in a way, I think, in that there's some bitterness, there's some sorrow, there's some hurt, but there's a lot of humor mixed in, too, isn't there? I mean, is that a conscious approach? Is that kind of how Dafish lives day to day?
That's absolutely how I live. Yeah, no, I like, I don't know. I like writing, you know. I can be a serious dude from time to time, but most of the time I'm a goofball. So, you got to be in today's world, don't you? Yeah, you got to be in today's world. Everything's funny, you know. Like, there's funny, weird things happening all the time if you're looking at it that way, you know. So, I don't know. I try to deal with relatable, you know, everyday sorrows in kind of a lighthearted, playful way.
Sure.
That's just kind of my style. I think it's
and,
fun.
you know, I mean, I think you kind of do it like I've said earlier, a little more with an indie approach. But you know, one of the kings of doing that, I think, is John Prine.
I was just gonna say, John Prine
yep.
he's a big influence.
I can see and hear that.
Songwriter.
Yeah, I can see and absolutely hear that. And I'm happy that John is still with us and still going on today, man, because he had a bout with throat cancer there for a while, and I had the amazing opportunity of working a bunch of his shows, and one of them was that first show back from throat cancer, which was a pretty interesting evening, and a lot was on the line.
That one?
Yeah, I was
awesome.
The promoter rep that night, and that was a pretty amazing night, and there was so much seriousness involved. But when you go to a John Prine show, obviously it's a serious situation. That was ratcheted up even more. But then he starts singing, and he has all these characters that you just lose all that in, you know.
Oh.
And I see that with you. You know, a lot of that, as far as the way you approach songs and write them, and is that you can kind of get lost, you know, from like you said, the day to day. You know, you need something to kind of distract you from the foolishness that goes on day to day. Songwriting a great way to do that, and in your lyrics, I think it's done very well. So my compliments on that as well, man.
I appreciate it.
So what's in your iPod, in your cassette deck, in your 8-track today? What are some of the things that Dafish gets off listening to today, as far as new stuff, or at least stuff that you're just discovering? Or are you just so busy on the road you're just writing now?
I'm always discovering stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'd say well, I mean, this isn't a discovery, of course, but this is like another big influence of mine is Paul Simon.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've been listening to a lot of Graceland.
Yeah. They just released a really amazing anthology, actually.
I got that.
Oh,
that's
man.
Awesome.
You know, I mean,
really
Simon and Garfunkel, amazing, but, you know, when you listen to that record and you can kind of tell, you know, Paul was the muscle.
That's how I feel, man. Yeah. I was on tour a little while ago with this band, Poison Control Center, and me and the lead singer Patrick, we saw eye to eye on everything except for that. He was an Art Garfunkel man. I was a Paul Simon man.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
it's hard to go wrong either way. But I think,
it is hard to go wrong either way. But
I mean, and then again, there's latter day things like Graceland that make you if you take a step back and really look at it, it's like, okay,
wow,
game over.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how do you know? What does Art Garfunkel have?
He has no Graceland.
I hope you're not listening, Art Garfunkel.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard he can get really pissed off, so I hope he's not. But
he's a scary dude.
Yeah, he is, man. Dafish live in studio. It's 90.3 The Rock. He got an EP out there. It was released last Valentine's Day called Your Love Is Bumming on Me. And bumming me out, rather, excuse me, and got hopefully a full length. I guess, do you still call it a full length album if there's 30 minutes? Yeah, because old albums were 30 minutes long.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think this 7-inch is at 45 RPM. It's 4.5 minutes on either side.
There you go.
And I think maybe we're gonna do like a 12-inch at 45 RPM and do maybe 14 or 15 minutes on either side.
Boom.
28, 30-minute record.
Sounds like a formula for success, man.
I hope so. People have short attention spans these days.
We talked about that.
I'm one of them.
You're capitalizing on that. How about, can you keep our attention here with one more tune? How about it? What you got?
Absolutely, yeah. This is the title track off my debut EP. This is a tune about PDA, public displays of affection. And how they can be pretty cool, but not when you're not a part of them.
Oh, yeah. And if you have a second, you can turn your guitar up a little bit if you want to on the amp, so we can hear a little bit. I was going to sneak in there and tell you that. But Dafish live on the radio.
Well, hey, you two in the same side of the booth, picking out spinach from your lover's tooth. Your love is bumming me out. Your love, well, it is bumming me out. All you middle schoolers hanging at the mall, getting frisky outside of the big and tall. Your love is bumming me out. Your love, well, it is bumming me out. Like a big fluorescent mushroom cloud, you spread your loving all around. And love will tell you what you want to hear, but it'll all become clear within a year. But for now, your love is bumming me out. Your love is bumming me out. Your love is bumming me out. Your love is bumming me out.
Great stuff. Very cool. Title track to the EP released last Valentine's Day, Your Love is Bumming Me Out. Dafish live in studio on 90.3 The Rock. Remind folks again how they can go online and find your music or catch back up with you. Or
yeah, you can find my music at dolfish.afternoonrecords.com, or you can find my tour dates at dolfishmusic.com.
That's so, DOLFISH.
DOL, 1L, yes,
yeah, very cool. Straight out of Cleveland, Ohio via Columbus. And glad you wound up in Knoxville today, man. And we really appreciate you taking the time. Yeah. And hope you have a good show. And I hope we see you again, man. I hope you come back through. When we do, the door's open, the mic's on. We'll just plug in and make it happen again, all right?
Excellent.
Very cool. Dafish live on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV The Rock Unplugged.
Fate